Well, hi there everyone, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Monster. Since last time, I've made a few little changes around here. It's all very exciting. You can see some of them over here. I have put in a row of machines. We've got all the standard ones: pulverizer, furnace, induction smelter, the crucible and the fluid transposer. You know that they were down in the floor down there before. Also, if we come down here, you can see I've got the roof in at long last. It all looks very nice. And I've also set up another one of these redstone furnaces. It's set up in exactly the same way as this one. It's trying to burn through all that excess wood we were sorting out last time, turn it into charcoal. We're getting there with the charcoal, actually. So that is good. We can use a lot of charcoal. It is very useful. It has, however, created a bit of a problem, or I've noticed a bit of a problem which I hadn't seen before. If we take, for example, perhaps this one is half full, but if we go over here then and type in the word ore, you can see that we have quite a lot of ores in here. We've got over 200 iron ore and they're still coming in. We've got quite a bit of tin ore as well, some silver. And if we drop down here, come around to the pulverizer, you can see that the problem is, apart from the fact it's getting too much stuff, we're not getting enough power. We're actually draining power quite badly. It was more noticeable a few minutes just before recording. But we are once again suffering for power, and pretty soon I want to make some more machines which will drain ridiculous amounts of power. So guess what? It's time to upgrade power again. Woo! We've done this a few times. If we hop back over here, it is night, but there are no mobs about. We come back in to the engine room, where you might notice I've also made a few changes. I have finished off this sort of corner. I've moved all the old quarry stuff away, and I've finally gotten around to putting in the windows, because I do like that view what you can't see, because it's night, but it's nice, trust me. I've also put the steps in down here, made it a bit nice and tidy. So here is our sole source of power. It's a railcraft boiler. It is tied into this lava tank. It is supplying these 6 steam dynamos. Now this is all very good. It is also powering this, which is at the minute slowly draining actually still. So we need more power coming into this. I could build another one of these, but actually this isn't as big as you can make these railcraft boilers. So I'm thinking that I am probably going to just make this one bigger, rather than putting a second one next to it. Yep, I'm going to go that route. So we've made these before, so I'm not going to spend much time doing it. I don't think we have much in the way of boiler parts left over. We have got 2 high pressure boiler tanks and 2 solid fuel fireboxes. That ain't enough at all. So if I just type in boiler, we will need some more solid fueled fireboxes. They are reasonably easy to make, so let's see what we can do. We are short of most things. The fire charges are just blaze powder, gunpowder and coal, so that shouldn't be a problem. And that should be plenty of those. The bricks are made from clay, obviously. Do we have any clay in this system? We have got tons of clay. So I'm going to quickly stick that into the furnace to work away. And draw your attention to this, because we can make the boiler tanks. I have also put a conduit up here. It just runs. The main line into the factory is running down under the floor here. towards the controller. So I've just pulled it that way to power all these machines, and I've pulled a line down here to this. This is for things which I don't want plugged in all the time at the minute because they drain electricity. Things like the rolling machine. Pop. We remember the rolling machine, it's the thing which rolls out iron and steel. And I'm sure I do have quite a lot of steel in here. 20 pieces should be sufficient. I think it's just 2, is it? No, I've forgotten. High pressure boiler tank is 2 pieces of steel plate, which is 4 pieces of steel, of course. Like that. That's going to drain all the power out quite quickly. The power there is also draining quite quickly, but that is okay. Now while those two are making, let's head over to the actual room. So this machine, I've sort of built it into a corner a little bit. It isn't easy to expand. But you can make these 3x3, so it's going to come out here and out there. That means that now this is in the wrong place, so we need to move it. We are going to need to, oh dear, move it to here, I think. Fluid transposer will go there. And we are going to want to run power into this. I don't know why power wasn't going into the bottom particularly. Okay, it's just going to have to, oh no, have a pretty bad foundation. But fortunately, leadstone energy conduit will plug that up. So that is fine, and that should still have plenty of water. It does. So we need a new clear item duct and some new leadstone energy conduits. Right, has that finished? That has not finished again because it's running out of power. We see the theme here. So we need some leadstone energy conduits. And some item ducts. It was clear item duct, which I don't appear to have any of, so I'll just make up another clear one. I was using clear because I had that problem with buckets disappearing some time ago. I don't know if you remember that far back, but here we go. Right, clear item ducting is just tin ingots with the hardened glass. I make that automatically now, so that much is easy. How are my bricks coming along? They're coming along good, thank you very much indeed. So I think we can now build the boiler parts, the solid fueled fireboxes. Solid fueled firebox needs bricks. I just put a load of bricks, no I did not, into there. So we have 4, we need 9, that means we need another 5. 3, 4 and 5. Now I don't know how many tank parts we actually need. Let's see, how many do we get? Do these make 1 or 2 each? Just 1. That's 16, that might be enough. That might just be enough. Right, let us hop through here and into here. Right, we actually didn't need the extra item ducting, did we? Because that is now in the wrong place. As is that. That, okay, that fluid duct is going to have to go into the back. I need more inventory space, or maybe just a tidier inventory. Like that, so that is now full. We want power going into this, which needs the leadstone energy conduits, which are going to have to run under there, otherwise they will be visible. So that is now powering up. It is. Superb. Right, I can pop that and possibly not that back in, but that can go in there. Right, we now want to put the solid fuels fireboxes in. This will break apart the multi-block, or it should at least. But there we go, we can see how big this is going to be, and you can see how it's broken apart the multi-block. Right, this wants to be our item duct, going from there into there. It comes out of here, and this pneumatic server goes in to make it automatically and constantly pull out. Right, the last thing that we need then is the high pressure boiler tanks. And not to fall down the hole, because that would be bad. 10, yes, this is going to be enough to make this. There we go, that's perfection. The buckets have all popped out the top for some reason, but that is okay. I can put them in. They will fill up, they will go into here. The boiler has no steam now because it's been rebuilt, but it does still have plenty of water, so it should be fine. And I think it's filling up with buckets faster than it can use them. Just about. Okay, let's just fill in that hole. And we have our awesome new boiler. Now, if memory serves correctly, every 2 high pressure boiler tank blocks will power 1 steam dynamo. That's how I had it set up before, because there were 12 squares of this powering 6 of these. So this one is 3 by 3 by 3, which I count to be 27. So 26 divided by 2 means I can get 13, so that's doubled the power. So I'm going to need some more of those fluiducts and some more steam dynamos to actually connect up to this entire thing. So that's good. But before, or while I do that, I'm going to draw your attention to this. This is my battery power. It is a single redstone energy cell. If you remember, I like to have individual energy cells tied to everything so I can switch individual systems on and off. And if you are saying so, yes, I do know the factory actually has pretty much full power. We're going to have to get round to upgrading that as well. But I should probably do that off camera. You can see how quickly this is draining now though. I hope it's got enough charge to keep everything working for a while. But we can do better than this. 1 redstone energy cell is not enough at all. Let us get back over to here. And pop over to here. Let's actually get this thing out before it drains too much power. The machine wants to go into there, and these bits can go into here for now. I did not put the rolling machine in there. What did I put in there? I have no idea. We do have a nearly full redstone energy cell here as well. But if we look over here, we've got a magma crucible and a fluid transposer. You can see that I have been making up redstone energy cells. I've not got very far because this was draining power and redstone. But I've made up 2 more energy cell frames. If I type in cell, there we go. I can pop those into the system, and hopefully I should be able to make 2 of those quite easily. I can, because I've been making up spare parts. So these are redstone energy cells. They hold 10 million RF. But there is a grade above it. It is this one, the resonant energy cell. These hold 50 million RF. So each one of these is worth 5 of these, which is an awful lot. How do you make them? They are just redstone energy cells surrounded by the Enderium ingots. If you remember the Enderium ingots, they're what we used to make the tesseracts. So we have actually made these things before. These are the ones which used the pyrotheum dust and the Enderium blend. Okay, sorry about that. I am back. So yes, the Enderium ingots. We made these things for the tesseracts, as I'm sure you can remember. They are just pyrotheum dust and Enderium blend. Enderium blend was just tin pulverised with shiny metal pulverised and a resonant ender bucket. The ender bucket needed probably about 4 ender pearls, was it? So we can quickly get one of those, because I assume we don't have an ender bucket just hanging around. We don't. We have quite a lot of ender pearls though, and with a bit of luck we might have a bucket. Singular. Fine, that's okay. We can use a singular ender bucket. So the ender pearls go in here. That should be empty. It is. And an ender bucket there for that. We also need some shiny metal and tin. We seem to have a decent amount of both. So some shiny pulverized metal. Is it called silver dust? Pulverized shiny metal. And also some tin ones. Tin, here's some tin. Okay, and this will get us the Enderium blend. The other thing that we need is the pyrotheum dust, which we shouldn't have either. It is blaze powder, sulfur, coal dust and redstone. Now I may just be able to make that up straight away. Let's find out. Looks like I can. I can make one before I run out of pulverized coal. So let us take down, we have a lot of coal actually. Lots and lots of coal because we have lots and lots of quarrying going on. Let's take this down into the pulverizer, which is still soldiering on. I guess I probably need to install an extra ore pulverizer because we are not keeping up with the ores coming through. So we have two of those. I didn't check actually. Do we have any pyro? We have two in already. And we should now have dust to make some more. We do. 10 should be absolutely tons. We've got the silver. We will pulverise up that. We could have just pulverised up that tin ore, but I was not thinking. So to make these, not those, to make these, you combine them in the induction smelter. The induction smelter is that one. So pyrotheum on the left, and then we just need the Enderium blend. We should have an ender bucket in here. Some pulverised tin, clear that out. So it was 3 tins, a shiny metal and a bucket? It was. Right, so that's for Enderium blend. We can pop those in and start to make this stuff. If we pop this in here, we'll get another bucket. And we have a load more of that. So we can quickly whack together another one. That's for more Enderium blend. That will probably do me for now, actually, because each of these is going to make 4. Well, actually, why not be greedy if you can be? Let's really go for this and actually knock together a full 4, because that's how much resonant ender I made. There we go, and you. So that's enough to make 16 Enderium ingots, which is quite a lot. To make up our resonant energy cell, all that we do is surround redstone energy cells with these ingots. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And there we go, a resonant energy cell. If we do that again, we're going to get a second resonant energy cell. And if we do that a third time, we should get a third resonant energy cell. There we go, that one is partially full because the old redstone energy cube was. If actually I could really use some more cabling, which I think I do have conduit. I should have quite a bit of redstone energy conduit. Hop over to here. And, oops, do not do that, although it does not really matter. Run these up the sides a bit. We can now actually install these. Pop, pop, and pop. Right, these all need outputs setting on the right hand side, and nothing top and bottom, or back, come to that. Nothing top, bottom, or back, and something going out the right. Perfect. Those, oh no, that one's set wrong on the left and on the back. Now I'll just pull this one out, which is actually nearly empty, and upgrade this one. Run through the doors and into here, pick up our Enderium ingots, and upgrade that. So there we go, we now have 4 resonant energy cells, which went together really quite quickly. I'm really happy with that. This one can go back in the bottom. It was T original one. Turn off the back output. And there we go, that is a big bank. I will probably actually put a 5th one on top just to have it going up to the ceiling, and then probably fill it in. That it's now though an energy bank which can store 200 million RF, I guess, which is pretty darned silly if you ask me. Now obviously this is still draining because these have not switched on yet, because this is not up to temperature. It has just got over the 100-degree mark. The steam is starting to build. When this builds to halfway, these switch on. So I'm going to have to wait for that, and then more power will go into those. But for now, these are actually holding pretty well. I'm quite happy with that. And that will be it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed it. We now have an absolute ton of power. I'm really quite happy with that. And when this goes up, we will actually be able to fill those banks up and run quarries at full speed, because I think this quarry has been limited to 50 RF per tick because it was draining too much power. So that will be absolutely brilliant. So, thank you very much for watching. I do hope to see you once again next time. Goodbye.